shoots it, your arm falls off. Stephanie White was asked in the pregame.
And Clark hits her 4-3. He's got 4 in 8 minutes. Clark goes behind the back. Clark spinning on Miller. Clark flips it up, gets the roll, and one.
How much time Caitlin Clark has spent in the gym working, perfecting, creating. She's got her focus on.
We need to have a very serious conversation about what Caitlin Clark just did in Indiana's comprehensive dismantling of the Connecticut Sun. Because the performance that unfolded in this game is the kind that silences every argument, closes every debate, and leaves the people who spent this entire season questioning her ability, her value, and her competitive resilience with absolutely nowhere to go. The Indiana Fever beat the Connecticut Sun by a final score of 123-88. That is a 35-point margin. That is not a competitive basketball game. That is a statement delivered at full volume in the final game before the All-Star break, and the timing of it could not be more appropriate given everything this season has produced around this player's name. Let us start with the number that defines the entire of actual competitive engagement. 21 points and 10 assists, 8 of 13 from the field. Players in this league use simply to find their competitive footing and settle into a game's rhythm. Let that number sit against today's game also includes a separate and genuinely significant development. Caitlin Clark has landed the cover of NBA 2K27. Let that sink in fully before moving past it. The most commercially significant player in women's professional basketball is now on the cover of the most culturally prominent basketball video game franchise in existence. 19 minutes in her final game before the All-Star break. The question of what standard the MVP conversation is actually applying when it does not include her name prominently deserves direct and uncomfortable examination. The second half of this season, if Clark returns to full health and unrestricted minutes, may force that conversation to a resolution that current omissions will make very difficult to explain retroactively. Now let us examine the full performance picture from today's game, because Clark's individual contribution was historic, but it existed inside a collective team performance that was comprehensive from start to finish. Aaliyah Boston played 20 minutes and produced 22 points alongside 6 rebounds and 5 assists. 20 minutes. 22 points. Boston continues to be one of the most efficiently dominant interior forces in this league when she is healthy and fully engaged. And her performance today reflects exactly the kind of dual threat she and Clark create together when both are producing simultaneously. The defensive demands that combination places on opposing teams are genuinely unsolvable within a single game plan. Monique Billings contributed 12 points and 5 rebounds, delivering one of her more productive individual outings in recent games. The investment Indiana made in Billings requires this level of contribution on a consistent basis, and today she delivered it. Sophie Cunningham played 21 minutes and scored 8 points. The usage she received in this game drew some observation from those tracking her role carefully, as her deployment felt somewhat reduced relative to what her recent performances have warranted. Whether that reflects a specific coaching decision about this game's circumstances or something larger is something to monitor going forward, because Cunningham's contributions this season have been real, consistent, and commercially significant enough that any reduction in her role deserves honest attention. Clark's full statistical line in this game goes beyond the double-double in 19 minutes. She finished with 27 total points when accounting for her complete floor time. 8 of 13 from the field, 5 of 9 from three-point range, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 6 assists alongside 6 turnovers. The turnovers deserve honest acknowledgement because 6 is a meaningful number and cannot be entirely dismissed. But the context surrounding at least some of those turnovers requires examination rather than simple ledger entry acceptance. A play circulating from this game shows Clark being deliberately pushed by a defender during a behind-the-back crossover attempt, with the officiating crew positioned directly to observe the contact and making no call. The possession changed hands as a turnover attributed to Clark. The official was watching. The contact was visible. No call was made. This is the circular institutional problem that has characterized 2 full seasons of her professional career, and it appeared again today in a game where she produced a double-double in 19 minutes and helped Indiana win by 35. She is pushed. The ball changes possession. It registers as a Clark turnover. Someone asks why she turns the ball over so frequently. And the question itself becomes a critique that obscures the physical reality that produced the statistical outcome. The team statistics from this game reflect a performance that was complete and comprehensive at the organizational level. Indiana shot 62% from the field. They went 50% from three-point range on 11 of 22 attempts. They shot 81% from the free throw line. They distributed 29 assists as a team across the full game. They had 35 total rebounds, including 8 on the offensive glass. These are elite collective efficiency numbers that reflect a team operating with genuine confidence, established rhythm, and shared competitive investment in the outcome. The Connecticut Sun had 5 players finish in double figures. That fact reflects the nature of the contest more than it reflects a defensive concern, because Indiana's comfortable margins throughout the game created circumstances where bench rotations were competing against Connecticut's starters during significant stretches. And even in that context, the Fever maintained enough structural defensive integrity to win by 35. The coaching staff deserves direct acknowledgement for what they produced in this game, both offensively and defensively. There have been sustained and legitimate criticisms of specific coaching decisions throughout this season, and those criticisms have been documented and examined honestly. But honest analysis demands that credit flow toward responsible parties when the results warrant it. And today, the coaching staff produced a complete team performance heading into the All-Star break. Stephanie White and the assistant coaching staff prepared this team, and the defensive game plan delivered. That belongs in the accurate record of this game alongside everything else. And the record books, as they have done repeatedly throughout this season, are simply reflecting what everyone watching with honest eyes has been able to see. The break begins. When it ends, the expectation is that Clark comes back healthy, unrestricted, and ready to finish this season the way the first half suggested it could be finished. The potential is visible. 19 minutes and a double-double made certain of that.